Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Mutiara Hasnatuz Dzakiyah, name 2161211133. Today, I will introduction about English language teaching in Indonesia. The education system in Indonesia is organized by Ministry of National Education and commanded by Law Number 20/2003 about the national education system. One of the education component which is organized and called curriculum. The newly introduced and implemented one in Indonesia is 2013 curriculum. One component characterized the emergence of 2013 curriculum is scientific approach. Scientific approach is an approach that applies a scientific process and it has 5 steps, namely observing, questioning, exploring, associating, and communicating. Each step of scientific approach has on its own activity. In the first step, observing, the teacher takes two main responsibilities, namely giving the student an opportunity to do an observation and facilitating and training the student in their observation. Some activities can be that can be done in observing are reading, listening, scrutinizing, and observing without with or without a tool. The competency that can be developed in this step is observing in training sensory thoroughness and ability in finding the information. In other words, the observing can lead the student to the construction of knowledge in accordance to first skill in learning English. Observing refers to listening and reading skill. In the second step, questioning, the teacher gives the chance of the student to build and encourage their curiosity and critical thinking about what they will learn. It can be done by asking a question about an information that is difficult to understand, for asking a question for additional information. The teacher has to able to make the students curious. The competency that can be developed in the questioning step is students' creativity, curiosity, ability to formulate the question in order to develop the critical thinking skill and formation of lifelong learner. It means that questioning in the second step in specific approach which aim at building the student critical thinking. In accordance to the fourth skill in learning English, questioning refers to speaking and writing skill. The third step, exploring, in activity which the teacher applies collaborative learning in order to explore additional knowledge or information. There are so many activities that can be done in the steps, such as doing an experiment, reading any learning search, observing any object, and even and interviewing. In this step, the student can develop their carefulness, honestly, ability in respecting the other opinion, ability in doing a communication, ability in gathering in the information with any ways, and make the student become lifelong learner. In accordance to the fourth skill, learning English experimenting refers to listening and reading skill. The fourth step, associating, in a step in which the teacher asks the student to analyze what they will have discussed and try to find the relation between one and other information. The other activity is the students are asked to draw a conclusion of the result of their analysis. In this case, the students are given a task by the teacher. Through this step of scientific approach, the student can develop their carefulness, honesty, hard work, ability to think deductively and inductively, especially in making conclusions. In accordance to the fourth skill of learning English, associating refers to reading and writing skill. In the last step, communicating, the teacher ask the student to report present or share what they have well done in the previous step. The student work can be in the form of oral or written text, chart, diagram, or picture. The communicating the stud- in the communicating, the students are given chance to develop their skill in giving opinion and skill in using target language optimally. In accordance to the first skill of learning English, communicating refers to speaking and writing skill. English teachers are expected to be able to apply the scientific approach of English language teaching as well as 5 scientific steps. In fact, teachers who teach a foreign language spend more time to teach about the language and less time to check learners' understanding whether they can match the meaning of language itself or not. In implementing the newest curriculum named 2013 curriculum, the degree of Minister of Education and Culture number 96 2013 requires the integration of the scientific approach to all subjects in the school, including English. There is an argument of the teacher and researcher that using English only is a key factor for the successful EFL classroom. It's known as monolingual approach. However, others also suggest to use bilingual approach where L1 also take an essential role in the learning process. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.